brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Arizona Cardinals. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Got it.
59. Mike's 59. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside. But let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, box truck.
Check, 59. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo. Greystone, travel. Come on, D.
On first down, Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Set, ready? 15, line. 15 line.
Tight end left. Hey. 4 down.
Get it ready.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. The 20. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy?
From the 30 on second down. Lock. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
And the Broncos first down.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
43. Hey, let's get that home.
X3. 218, chop.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He'll find Lindsey here. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
This is Freeman. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Lindsey. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet there are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Johnson's got it complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Check my 21. Yeah.
Murray now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Murray fighting, lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
70, Indy.
Let's go, man. They turn it over. Get that ball. Get that ball. You go tight.
Pilot, 64, weak.
You got tight up there.
Let's go.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. He completes this to Sutton. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2-yard gain on the play, and it's third down.
Set. 60, Pittsburgh. Recon, 132 fighter. Snap.
Locke going to try and throw on third down. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Bunt. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Locke now on first down. He sets to fire deep, and this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. They come out here in the eye.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Paul Richardson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
On 2nd and 9, Murray open here, Adam Thielen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. This is Butler making the catch. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 50-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Running from the gun, Johnson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Joker, 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 Joker.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Murray now on first down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time.
Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
47's the mic. I got you.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Screen play, Johnson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. He finds his man Johnson. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Ready? On the bench. Mark 47. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that time deep. Don't let him breathe.
Shotgun now from Murray. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no call.
He's got a man, complete. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Check your heart rate. Watch the eye. Check 99. Check 99.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And an alley to run. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 18 yards to pick up there. That was huge after being behind the chains on 1st down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on 1st down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on 2nd down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, stand ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the 2nd level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Johnson. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
And now Murray's going to set up the throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Go, go, go. Wide, get wide.
General West.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Lock now on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Richardson. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On the
Lock now, 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it's Lindsey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 50, plant.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
59. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Get it.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
All day, every day, any day.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lock got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by McManus is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's... through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Johnson on the counter. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Murray with a 3rd and long. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Lock to throw on 2nd down. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. Room here to run. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 41 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape, because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll run with Lindsey, and he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle, keep coming after them, put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. One more time with Lindsey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try and run. Freeman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And McManus able to put it through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on, baby. Come on. Let's see what you got. Hey, check.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Watch the run. Hey, check out.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
First down, Murray. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Murray again, 2nd and 10. And an alley to run. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and 2, and here's Murray. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Oh, now Murray has it stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Check 31. Check 31. Let's go. High ball. Let's see it. Let's go. On the ball. Shut up.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Adam Thielen, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. To throw it is Locke. He completes this to Sutton. And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Leonard Floyd. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. From the 27, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
3 quarters have come and gone. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Holly. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Block will try again on 2nd down. This will be caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Noah Fant, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell them?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Off the draw, here's Johnson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Let's go now. Hey, hold on. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 40 seconds.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. On 2nd down, Holly, and he's got room.
You ain't going nowhere.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Now Locke. That's complete to Jake Butt. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Chandler Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. And they give this time to the tailback. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Johnson's got it complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. On the return is Peterson. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Check tight. Check tight.
Get it.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Ready up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Now.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Denver, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Check the wrist, man, got him hot. Ay, man, can't ball like this, man. Lord, big skin when he stretch your distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards. You just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, 100s and 50s and 20s, no fours, no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause I like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex. She like, girl, you can count on him. Ay, ay, we need more, tell him we need more. Putting numbers on the board like them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, well, I point to God. Big numbers, 100 in a bag, that's a big number. Big numbers. month, I'm a running back. Ay. Same day, why I'm a running back. Friday, payday, running back. Ay. Running back, running back, running back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello, that's the Jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my Jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right, I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that. But a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab. Brown man, when it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the